Welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us today. This is the Documents Live Build Lab. We meet here weekly to cover topics that will help you integrate your database with Document and also to create and generate beautiful professional documents. The weekly topic takes around 15 minutes of the session, and after the presentation, we'll have an open space where you can bring your questions so we can help you with any pain points you're having. So feel free to bring any questions. We'll be happy to assist. So let's start with the theme of the week, which is how to build a document template from an existing document. So currently our builder is meant for you to build your template from scratch. So if you have a sample, today I'll work with a Word sample, just one of the templates that you have in their gallery, and I'll recreate the document here today with Document. So let's share my entire screen. Okay, so this is the Word template I have today, so I'll use it as a sample to try and recreate this design with Document. So let's go to Document. And I have here a blank template. So I'll just go back and forth, taking a look at the Word document we have and at our builder and see how it's looking. So let's add here. We can see that this is separate in 2 columns. So I'll use one of the pre-spaced layout elements we have. Let me tweak this a bit, reduce it. Okay, let's set it at 35. I have here a background color. Let me try and get the correct color. I already have a template built here, so I just take a quick look to see which color I used, which is this one. So let's go back there. Okay, so I'll click on the column and I'll go to the properties panel and look for the background section. So right here, I'll just paste the color I just copied. And there you go. This is how you can add a background color to your column. You can do this with any element in document. It can be the entire row, the column, the text element, anywhere you need. So let's add some text now. I will have here this heading. So volume Roger 1, issue 1. We also have a date here, so add another text element right below it. So we have a date. We can see it's bold and it has the same color as the background we just added. So let me put this text element here to bold and add the text color, which is in the text section. Let me just grab the color right from here, from the column element, and let's add the text color to the text element. And now we see that the font here being used is Times New Roman, so I will apply it to the entire template. I can do that by accessing the body of the template and setting up the font right there. So let's look for Times New Roman. And I need to align it to the right, same thing right here. And let's add the title. So we can see here that the title is aligned at the bottom of the column. So let's do this here. Same thing, click the column, access the properties panel, and now align it vertically to the bottom of the column. Let's add a size here, increase the size of this template, maybe more. Title, okay, I think it'll look more like it. And it has a blank color. So the height is not correctly adjusted. So we will adjust that by accessing the row. We can access it directly from the contents pane, but we can also use this handy toolbar right here and select the parent element. So you can increase the row height from here, or you can just drag it. Yeah, I think this one looks good. I also need to align this at the bottom. And there you go. So let's move to the next section, to our quote. So we have a blank space right here. So we'll use the spacer element. You can also do your thing right here, or you can also use the properties pane. Let me add here 35 pixels. And let's add our quote. So it seems to have the same ratio of the column width that we've been using. So let me see here. This one has 35, this 65. So let's do the same process. Click the column properties pane, 35%. And let's add in a text element to add our quote. So we see that it's an italic. So let's go to the properties pane for the text element, italic right here, align it right, and let's add the top and bottom borders. So since here we might have a dynamic content, it can be more than one line. So to make it nicely aligned, we should add to the column. I'll add to the text right now just so you can see how it could look. And let's add the placeholder text we have right here. So as you see, it's not, the bottom border is not following the content. So let's remove it from the text element and apply it to the column. That way it will follow the content properly and will make your document look nicer. So now let's add the heading 1. Same thing, same process, same ratio of the columns. So let's add it here. 35%. And here we just need this space since we're now adding the content in the other column. So let's add a text element for the heading 1. This is a bolded text. It also has the same green color. And let's add a size here, maybe 20. Yeah, 20 can be a good size for us. Well, let me just reduce this size a bit. Okay. Maybe a bit bigger. So let's do 25. Yeah. Looks nice. And now let's add our first text placeholder. So we can add in another text element right below the heading. Let's just copy this content, place it here, and add the image. So to add an image, right now I'll add a static image. So I'll just upload the image we have here in this template in Word. So I'll use it here. But you can also use a dynamic element. We have one video showing you how to display images document. This is in our Left Build Labs playlist. So now let's just add the other placeholder text. Copy it from here, paste it here. And this is the end of the first page. It probably is not taking the entire first page, so we want to force it to go to the following page. And for that, we will use the page break and start the next page. So let's get there. We see that it's starting with another quote. Since we already have built this, we can just select the row with the same formatting, duplicate it, drag it to the bottom of the template. And now let's add the same column structure, 35% here. We have another heading 1, so let's do the same thing, just duplicate it, drag it to this column. We now need to set up a heading 2, so let's get a new text element, heading 2. This is bolded. Let's give it a nice size, maybe less. Yeah, think this is a good size. Let's add the text for heading 2. Copy this. Another heading 1. And another text. We have another blank space right here, so let's use the spacer again. Maybe 200 pixels would do. Yes, this is a good space. And now let's add this thicker border right here. And for that, I'll add a text element. And whenever you add a text element, you'll add the entire structure. So the text element, the column holding it, and the row holding everything together. So I will just apply the top border at the row level, and let's make it thicker. Yeah, 4 pixels, yes. Looks nice. So let's add company. Same formatting of the header. So this color, it's bolded. Let's check the size, 25 pixels. And there you go. And now let's add the company address information. Okay, great. And now the recipient information, it seems to follow the same row structure. It's aligned to the other elements. So I will do the same here. Add both columns, have the width correctly set up, add text element, and I'll copy this from here. You see that the formatting is maintained when you copy and paste in document. This is because we have a rich text editor. So if you have headings, if you have partially bolded contents, links, anything like that, whenever you copy from Word or somewhere else and you paste it in document, it will maintain the formatting. So this is it. Here's our template. Let's have a quick preview at how it's looking and compare it to the Word reference we have. So yes, it's completely possible to replicate your template with Documint. And after this process, you just need to set up your connection. You can have an Airtable connection, have your fields automatically mapped. You can build your custom data source. This is for any other type of connection you have with Documint. And once you have it all placed, you have your field schema built, everything nicely formatted. So for instance, I have date field here. You can format it just as you want it to be displayed. So I have all my placeholders right here, and you can finally generate it dynamically. So this is how it would look with real data. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for attending this week's Live Build Lab. The session has been recorded, so if you need to refer to it later, this will be posted on YouTube soon. And now, please feel free to bring in any questions if you have. You can be regarded templates, how your data is displaying, about setup. If you don't have any questions right now, it's okay. Don't worry. You can contact me in the support chat, or you can reach out to us via email at support@documint.me.